Deliberations and resolutions of a cabinet meeting held on the 2nd of December 2014 at State House, Nairobi, could return to haunt one of President Uhuru Kenyatta's most visible cabinet secretaries, Oust Waiguru, who heads the devolution and national planning docket. That meeting resolved to give cabinet secretaries sweeping powers that would see them take overall charge of their respective dockets and in return take full responsibility for the performance of their ministries. A cabinet brief from that meeting last year indicated that cabinet secretaries would play a lead role in developing strategies for their ministries, including management of integrity and accountability issues. The expanded roles included those that were a preserve of the principal secretaries, particularly sanctioning procurement in ministries, approving cash flow plans, and playing a greater role in personnel management. And therein lies Waiguru's challenge. The Public Accounts Committee PAC that is probing the alleged loss of millions of shillings in the devolution ministry through procurement of goods whose prices are grossly inflated, insisting the buck stops with the cabinet secretary.
Alafu waziri anakuja anasema hashughuliki. Kama hashughuliki analipwa pesa kufanya kazi gani? Is Waiguru special? She is not special. Mawaziri watano wametimuliwa. Why this one?
Waiguru put in a robust defense when she appeared before the Watchdog Committee, citing her roles as assigned in the Constitution and the Public Finance Management Act.
If those things were bought from my office, even those that are bought from my office, I have absolutely no role. None. I don't do the requisition. I don't get involved in the pricing. I don't even know who tenders. I don't evaluate. I don't appoint the committees. I don't choose. So, as a minister, it would be.
Sorry, is that how it works? If you got a bench in your office, you just sit on it.
Yes, Chairman. Honorable Chair. Yes, just like Honorable Chair, if I may say something, if you'll allow me. Yes. Just like you walked into this room yourself, and I say this with a lot of respect, and you did not ask the price of the chair you're sitting on. Neither did we.
Activist Okia Omtata had moved to court last year to oppose the cabinet resolution giving cabinet secretaries expanded roles. Though he was granted a temporary injunction by the High Court, it was later nullified by the Industrial Court, allowing the Public Service Commission to effect the executive order. Omtata has since petitioned the Court of Appeal to overturn the decision of the lower court.
So she may not be the accounting officer, but she is the people's watchman. So when the people's watchman goes to sleep and things go haywire, the watchman cannot turn back to say, I am innocent, I don't know what happened, all that, because you are precisely put there to watch and prevent. The presence of a cabinet secretary is preventative. It's not reactive. It's not about whistleblowing.
Waiguru had argued before the Public Accounts Committee that her desire to enforce integrity in the ministry by flagging out questionable transactions had earned her docket the dubious distinction of the ministry perceived to be a haven for corruption.
We actually announce when we discover there's a problem. Maybe we should have kept quiet. In fact, we've been sitting down saying it has caused us a lot of pain. Our problem and our undoing has been saying and acknowledging there is a problem, we're doing something about it. Maybe we should have kept quiet. If we had, you wouldn't have known. Like many times in government.
It is this perception that has split the Jubilee coalition, with a section of the members of parliament challenging the president to send Waiguru home if she does not step aside.
Viongozi badala ya kupanga pesa ikuje mahali wewe unaishi, wanaanza kununua sabuni ya 33,000. Sabuni moja. Sasa unashaka hii sabuni, hata mimi nashaka. Sijui hii sabuni ukienda kwa bathroom unamwambia kuja osha mimi.
So that if there are some people who are within government and are acting as opposition moles to set up the sitting cabinet secretaries, that must be exposed. And after so doing, they must be dealt with appropriately. The government must deal with the saboteurs. If they are not willing to serve the Jubilee government, they can wait to serve another government.
But the reluctance to make the cabinet secretary step aside or action be taken against her is a demonstration that there are forces behind her who actually support what she's been doing and what ills have been committed by the officials in that ministry.
Nikasema ule mama aangaliwe. wakasema hii ni siasa, anachukia mama. Sasa waliokuwa wanamtetea wao wenyewe ndio wanamwambia rais, mtue huyu, kama mtoi serikali itazama, lakini serikali yake imezama tayari.
Waiguru faces an ouster attempt in the coming week when the National Assembly returns from a short break. Nandi Hills Member of Parliament Alfred Keter is set to file a notice of motion to impeach the Cabinet Secretary for alleged violation of the Constitution and gross misconduct. Will she survive the latest onslaught? Francis Gashuri, Citizen Weekend.